living. Now, are you smarter than a master gardener? We have our doubts about ourselves. Your turn to take this quiz here. Our host, UVI Extension educator Sandy Mason.
Yeah, so time for the quiz. Yeah, now earlier we were talking about how to become a master gardener. Not too hard.
No, it really isn't. You really just need to have an interest in gardening, obviously, and some time to go through the training, and then that willingness to share information with other people and get involved in your community. So there's kind of different levels of it. But this is a great time to think about actually joining the program. Training starts in January, but you need to apply. So people just go to the website. They can just search actually Illinois Master Gardener, and it'll pop up. Check in your local county, see where it's being offered. And actually, locally, we're offering it in Champaign, Danville, and Onarga.
Wow.
So not too far away, as well as Decatur, Springfield.
And there is a fee to do it.
There is a fee depending on the county. Ours is $175. You get the manual that goes along with that, as well as the training, and then just priceless moments and memories and learning.
And the good news there too is, I mean, you make a little bit of investment initially, but then it's not something that you have to redo year after year. You have the opportunity to be part of this social network that's part of the Master Gardeners group.
And you get paid back a million times.
Yeah, the cookouts or the get-togethers with the cooking.
Potlucks.
Yeah.
Food. We love food.
Okay, well, Matt and I are ready to take on your Are You Smarter Than a Master Gardener quiz. Okay. So, number one. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think that's going to help us. But do you want us to read? We'll read the questions.
Do you want me
Are you going to read the questions?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna, and we can confer, right?
You can confer,
but no call-ins.
But no call-ins.
Unfortunately, I know.
Call anybody.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. For the best flowers show, spring flowering bulbs such as tulips and daffodils should be planted A, in the fall, B, in the spring, C, whenever you get around to it.
I think this one's A. It's A. Yeah, you have to plant bulbs when it's cold out.
That makes sense, because you don't want to be digging in March to put in your daffodils. So.
I'm going with A.
Very good.
Yes!
Hey, see, you guys did a good job.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah, and that's the one thing about Master Gardener Program is learning timing of things. Like, when do you do this? When do you prune roses? When do you plant bulbs? But these have to be planted in the fall, so they go through a cold period, and then they'll bloom in the spring.
And the cold doesn't harm the bulbs?
No, cold doesn't harm. They actually need the cold in order to produce flowers, so they actually need that cold period.
Okay.
If you were a Master Gardener, you would know that too. That's right.
You would know that.
All right.
Okay, I have a really good one this time.
I'm feeling confident.
Is quackgrass related to duckweed?
Oh my gosh.
I'm tempted to say no, but then of course
say no too.
Worrying about this.
I'd say no. I think it's a trick question. I'm going to say no.
All right, I'll go with Heather. We're going to say no.
Okay, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. See, you guys are good. Yeah, and that's the one that, common names like that sometimes can be a little bit confusing, and you think they're somehow related, like poison ivy and poison oak. And
what is quackgrass?
Yeah, quackgrass actually is a grass. It's a perennial grass. It can be a really bad weed in lawns as well as gardens because it comes back every year. It's really a tough one. Duckweed is that thing that actually grows in water, and so it's completely different. But I just like the names. Actually.
Cool.
I like the name too.
Okay.
Two.
This is another one, a ponder. Ponder this one. When you want to plant seedless watermelons in your garden, where do the seeds come from?
Oh my gosh.
The packet? Is that one of my choices here?
Maybe stem?
I guess. Okay. That I guess technically that might be right. Technically that might be right. But if they don't have seeds, how do anyway. So anyway, it's all about genetics. It's really one of those things where they actually cross. I know this is like way too much information, but they actually cross a diploid with one that actually has 4 sets of chromosomes. So you end up with 3 sets of chromosomes. So they are sterile. It's like a donkey, Anyway, donkeys, mules, or actually mules, I guess.
Donkeys and diploids.
Donkeys and diploids. So it's all about genetics.
That's really cool, though. And these are all questions. These are all things you learn about.
You have to wonder about these things, right?
That is
one goes wonder. Okay.
All right.
Creeping Charlie is A, common weed in lawns, B, a friend of Creeping Jenny, or C, an infamous prowler in the garden.
Well, I've heard about Creeping Jenny before.
Okay, so you want to go with B? No.
Let's go with A. Like, I don't know. Is Creeping Jenny a real thing?
I don't know. Okay, let's go with A.
Okay.
We're going
All right.
with A.
You're right. You guys are so
Yes.
good.
Oh my gosh,
You guys
we are
so
totally killing
good.
this test.
It is a very common weed or common plant that people may find in lawns, and sometimes it's really difficult to control if people want to do that. And that's how one of the things master gardeners learn is how to control them.
And so creeping Jenny isn't a real
Creeping
thing.
Jenny is actually another plant.
Is
Creeping
it?
Jenny is a
Okay.
different-
And I
See,
thought it was
you'd
just
heard
the
of
weird
Creeping
girl
Jenny,
next door.
The weird girl, the
Yeah.
weird prowler person.
Cool.
You know, see, you guys can
All right,
figure
are
these
we
out.
going to go
This is
5 for
good.
5?
I think
Can
so.
be-
Here we
okay,
go.
here we go. One more. We got one
All
more.
right.
Okay, if a plant is listed as a perennial here in Illinois, it will A, flower for 12 months out of the year, B, live through the winter, then grow and flower the next season, or C, live through the winter, then be devoured by rabbits next spring.
I am going to have to go with B.
I feel like this is, I agree, but I feel like C could also be an acceptable answer.
You guys are so good. I would accept either one.
Yes.
Because
Oh
it really is one of those things. And I should have put, if you paid, like $250 for that perennial, it will immediately
Yeah.
be devoured by rabbits
Exactly.
in the spring. So
Because
it's always
the-
related to how much you've spent on it, whether it's going to get eaten.
Because the rabbits visiting my yard always have exquisite taste. They only the
Absolutely.
best for
They
them.
always pick out the most expensive thing in your yard. The rabbits will eat them. So I would accept either one. So that's, and again, so the terminology, sometimes we hear things like perennial and annual, but you're not quite sure what it is. And that, again, is something that master gardeners learn about. So you guys did very
stuff.
well.
See?
You
And,
guys are
and if
great.
we can do it, you can do it too. So sign up to be a master gardener. You get to meet Sandy Mason,
Yeah.
which is pretty
We're all
darn
fun.
cool too.
We're all fun.
Yeah, if you want to sign up for those Master Gardener classes, you can do that. And for the program, just visit CILiving.tv and we'll get that for you.
Okay, it is time now to announce today's CI Giving winner. Someone is going to the hunt at Bonesaw Mill.
Yeah, it's a prize valued at $7.